And we are back. We're continuing this multi-episodic part, whatever phrase you want to use, of Ask the Dev that became Ask the Dad. I'm just giving my opinions as we get ready for the beta, and enjoy the show. Kalika-lika-lao. Will there be seasonal events or story-based events similar to Apex? How they have a theme, maybe revolving around a character or an idea, and having skins and cosmetics similar to that. That's another great question. Fortnite does it as well. If they do a storyline with heroes, then the skins that come out look like heroes. The challenges have something like heroes, fly around, save this, whatever the case is. Some people are like, man, the story's not important. When you look at the new trailer that they just revealed, a new character for Apex Legends, even if you've never played the game, the attention to detail of them incorporating their universe, a little bit of Titanfalls, but to incorporate that, there's a connection you get with that character. And I honestly think that's something that they're looking at with the banner of Tom Clancy, because I'm hoping it's not just like stick the name on there because there's money that follows. Something with the stories or whatnot, at least in game. Next question, will the game have an hidden MMR? I'm assuming that's matchmaking, for quick play, match PvP, or the whole game is PvP, I believe. Will there be more focus on utterly random combat? If not, will there be lobbies for low level offering more breathing room than normal lobbies where everything is fair game and competitive? Also, will there be a skill gap limiter so high levels can't carry low levels or match against low levels when playing with low level friends? That's a great question. I mean, when you're playing PvE, certain games will bump up a character so that they have the same level, so it's not slowing them down. Outriders did that. Division has done that. As far as the yeah, that goes with someone saying before they wish there was a 10 level type of thing so that someone onboarding wouldn't be a part of it. But I don't know. Here's the thing, right? And let me know in the comments if you feel the same way. I know this video is longer, but there's just a lot of stuff we're talking about. If you're playing a game like Destiny 2, it doesn't. Destiny 2 1 still has cheaters. That's just a thing with PC gaming and just unfortunately shooters in general, right? You still have cheaters. But then you also I still play Crucible and get matched up. What looks like my whole team is just as bad as I am. No shade thrown. It is what it is. And the other team is full of people who just get bodies. And you can see it, not just the stats, just the style of their play. You can see their gear score and the items they're carrying. They're just, their banner, you're like, oh, well, we shouldn't have been matched up against this one. We're little giants, and it didn't happen like the Disney movie. So that's a good question there. Will I be able to use my keyboard and mouse on PlayStation 4? Great question, as I believe you should be able to use controller on PC. But then the question is, how do you do your matchmaking so that people can play and be keyboard and mouse and be a part of it? So I don't know, it's gonna be interesting. On the website, it says if you're invited game will appear on your Ubisoft library? When do we get notified? Does it randomly appear? I think you just maybe on the 2nd of August, that email will go out and you'll probably see it in your library to preload it, maybe. Let's see. Actually, no, I think one of the mods answers it by saying closed test players who are invited to play will see the game appear in their list of available games. The player can click on it and download that one. So okay, I was right on that one. GG's. How did you choose the factions? Example, outcasts over hyenas. Any PvP content for the future, bots, AI bot enemies. I mean, I know there's some games that use bots, but I don't think there's anything that's challenging. I think it kind of bridges the gap for someone who wants a PvE content part of the game. So I don't know if that's the route they're going. I don't think they will, because they have Heartlands that's coming out. So it's kind of like, there you go. As far as the factions, I don't know. It could be a story they're telling. It could be because the areas of the maps they're using would have those characters. But the dynamic would be the outcast, they want you to get the virus in the Division storyline, while the cleaners want to rid the city of the virus. So it could be something playing on that line. Let's see. Will there be support offline? I don't know how you do that with an online arena game. With action like this, an amazing engine like the Snowdrop engine, how easily is it able for the team to make balance adjustments? Say the game has a bug, balance issue, how quickly will they be able to tweak things and get them out the door? To answer that question, if you played the Division, if you played Rainbow Six, you know how the balancing is going to go. You know, you would think with the information all these companies have that games would launch and the balancing would be near perfect with a little tweak. And it seems like every game has to do a tweak or a balance, or certain parts of the community doesn't get recognition, or maybe other people complain about something in the game that wasn't major, but they focus on that. I don't know. So use your past history on that one. Can you tell us if you're going to implement a ping lock for the localized server so local players aren't grouped in with high ping players with poor internet connections, using VPNs from other regions, or local players intentionally using VPNs to get lag as unfair? I think that goes with gaming. I mean, I made a video, I mean, probably a year ago, if not almost, where it was like next gen and some of the features I wanted in next gen, and anti-cheating and things of this nature was a part of it. I think it's just so hard to do that with especially with PC gaming. I think it's a little easier with console gaming because it's just how the patches and everything go out. It's harder to cheat in those games. And then the other part about it, there's no significant punishment, right? Think about it. There's no significant punishment. Pick whatever game you're playing and you saw a cheater. If the punishment is to kick said user, right, that person doesn't get banned. The reason why they don't get banned is because, think about it, if you're running a company, said person would just start a new account and pay to get new guns to get back to the same level, to continue doing what they're doing, if they're not even doing it to sell the account. So why would I ban an IP? Why would I ban anything significantly when the person is probably just going to keep spending more money in the game as they keep coming up with accounts? So I think it just goes with, that's just what the technology is growing, which is good, and it is bad at the same time when it comes to gaming of this nature. So I don't know if they're going to be able to fix this, because there's currently esport games and stuff like that are dealing with things now. Someone does jump in saying VPNs are against the terms of service for Ubisoft and they will likely be punished. So you see how likely, we just talked about that. Will it be supported by low end PCs like 2 GB VRAM, 8 GB RAM? I don't know, but I know from the laptop and the system I have, they're pretty greedy, these Ubisoft games. They want it all. To see, someone wanted to know if aim assist, will it be similar to Rainbow Six Siege? No ranked, no aim assist in ranked and professional play? Or will it be something like Apex Legend approach, mouse and keyboard players are forced to compete against aim assist? And that conversation goes into, see, the person says, as someone who's competed many lands with both mouse and keyboard and controller is getting tiring to deal with auto assist at a professional level. Myself and many professional players love to see XDefiant separate itself from the market by supporting mouse and keyboard competitors with an aim assist free respawn esport. Yeah, see, I'm telling you, man, that esport, that competitive thing that's out there, it doesn't matter what game people want to go in, and if it feels right, it feels right. Regarding the Snowdrop engine, as I know folks at Ubisoft Massive have added ray tracing support for Avatar, Pandora Rising. Will this game benefit from the software-based solutions on PC at least? If the answer is no, is there any chance that ray tracing and DLSS support with NVIDIA? Thanks. Somebody just wants the game to look good. Nothing wrong with that. Are developers willing to remove any abilities from the game and the community that react negatively to, like one-sided shields, crowd control abilities? I believe that's going to go into the balancing, the nerfing, but I also believe, just like music, like your favorite songs, majority nowadays, they're done so far before they get to the point of us even hearing about the game, let alone beta testing it, that they've probably gone through this stuff already and have somewhat of a recipe. Remember when you play a game like Division, Marvel's Avengers, you know, where they have like a base of operation, and then as you progress in the game, it gets fixed up. The stuff was already there. It just you were unlocked because of progress, or maybe a patch came out and made it where you can run faster, or they added a reroll table or something. So I think a lot of this stuff is in boards signed by contract, and we won't get a chance to get that information. Korean localization support same day as PC closed base. Closed test begins in region area. I guess they're, as of right now, I believe the beta test region as of right now is only US and Canada. Will we have a server in Brazil? Man, I keep hearing about Brazil in multiple games, them wanting their own servers or better servers. Will there be a progression system? If so, what would the progression be towards? Like weapons modifications, cosmetics, having something to work towards in the game will be crucial for some players to stay interested in the game. Someone mentioned in another forum, it wasn't this one, where they wanted to know how they would get like weapon sights. Could they customize the weapon sights? Could they customize the loadout? Would the loadout be similar to games like Modern Warfare and things of that nature? Good question. What graphics will it be like? If you guys have much to say, can you make Vulkan? I know it doesn't support Vulkan, but it's an option to be great for those people whose systems really benefit from Vulkan. I have no idea what that means. Maybe in the comments you can let me. Another competitive mouse and keyboard player here. Just curious, what modes, team sizes are you guys considering for esports? I strongly believe arena modes such as hardpoint, capture the flag, domination, etc. 4v4 respawns are far more competitive and viable than modes such as payload or other 6v6 matches of that sort. What approach are they taking here?
And that concludes this episode of the Ask the Devs. Again, just reading it, just giving out my opinion. If I know the answer of it, like I've read it somewhere, like I've said, some of the community managers or mods have jumped in and answered the question, so I put those answers here. We'll continue it as long as it's gonna go, because again, it's about 2.5 hours that I'm breaking up, so it's just digestible, better to digest, if that makes any sense. Again, we're waiting for the beta to be released, as far as us getting it to download in the library or finding out you can get it and be able to tell your 5 friends, give or take, if any changes happen. As far as the NDA, in probably the first video, the beta question video, I went ahead and put a more detailed, straight to the point about the NDAs if you've never done them. For the generalization of it's just best to play the game, enjoy the opportunity that you get to be a part of this process. Understand that your information in most cases will be logged and kept for years or a certain amount of time. You can't talk about, it's probably safer, just don't talk about the game. For sure, don't show anything about the game, don't stream anything about the game. Give feedback. Make sure that you're in an area that is secure. Okay, so your family members, friends can't be in the same room. You can't have, try not to be with your windows open, just because you're responsible for the information on which you're playing this game, regardless if you're going to play the beta all day, all night, or you're playing under a controlled time for whatever the reason. just keep that in mind. What I try to do is anytime I get beta codes, I'm cautious of who I'm giving the code out to, because I assume it's like my name stamped to it. So I brought my friends along to the journey, and if my friends are going to go ahead and do something wild and crazy, that's a reflection of me. So again, when it comes to it, just enjoy the process, give the feedback, and just stay quiet. I know it sounds kind of blunt, but trust me, you'll be out of issues if you just do it that way. Until next time, Kalika-lika-lao.